Your
money to pay for
response
your
can't just
healthcare.
be get a better job. Do you realize how
Yeah,
fucked that
yeah.
is? When you're talking about people who can't afford their access to cancer medication, you're just tell them get a better job while they have cancer.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like that person.
I'm okay. Why do you support Trump?
I just like all the tax cuts, man. I'm conservative, and I come here to ask you, what do you think about all the tax cuts? I know you're on obviously the opposite side, but I think that we should have small wins here and find things that we can agree on. I watch a lot of your lives. I've talked to you before, you and Dean, but what do you think about the child savings accounts? I just started mine for my two sons. That's great. What do you think about that? Is that a
I think
win?
those are cool.
Okay.
The issue with those is that those are a very small portion of the overall Big Beautiful Bill. So although I support that aspect of the Big Beautiful Bill, most of it is horrible and it's an overall net worse for the country. It adds
So you
3.4
don't like the
trillion. It adds
tax cuts?
Well, I agree with all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year, but I would like to increase taxes on income over $400,000 a year to decrease the deficit and be able to provide more social safety nets for people in need.
Well, it did. I mean, it increased the taxes on the top 10%. I think by what 9.8 or
No, it
nine point
didn't. It
six.
decreased taxes on them proportionally the most.
I don't think so. From
Yes, it
from
did.
from the, from the things I've seen about the bill and all the points I've read, it increases. Hold up. Wait 1 second.
It decreases taxes disproportionately on the rich.
I was literally just reading about it a little while ago, and it says here. Let me see.
I
Let me pull it
promise
back
you I'm
up.
right. You can find this from the Congressional Budget Office.
It says right here that, yeah, as a result of one big bill, the top 10% of earners of federal taxes will increase by 6.6%. Sorry, compared to what they paid with the TCJA. That's it. I'm looking at it. I can.
What are you looking at?
Can you see my screen? See this right here?
And what are you reading
As a
it on?
result, the top 10% of earners of the federal taxes increased by 6.6% compared to what they paid before in the TCJA.
As a result of the Big Beautiful Bill, the top 10% of earners of federal taxes will increase by 6.6%.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I,
This is just
I
by
don't think that makes any.
ushouse.gov or
I think
something.
it's referencing the. Wait, hold up. Scroll down. This
Oh,
is
what?
one. Well, this is one. This is by a Republican source. Also, two. That's referencing. I think a distinction in the share of income taxes paid, not in terms of the percentage that they pay.
Oh, what? What?
That's
Wait,
just
you
the,
just
that's just the share of income taxes that they paid, not that they paid 6% more.
well, no, it just says the top 10% earners of federal taxes will increase by 6.6%.
You're misunderstanding that though. Their taxes won't increase by 6.8%.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
I
said
guess.
that that's the difference in the share of taxes they paid.
Oh, okay. Well, and I'm not really for. I'm more conservative anyway. I'm not really for just hey, let's just tax the rich. Obviously, I'm conservative. I want less taxes. I want less federal taxes. I want less state taxes. I want less taxes. Period. Because people in power don't spend money on what we want to spend on. I mean, that's just clear.
Well, Trump imposed more taxes by imposing tariffs, which disproportionately negatively impact the lower and middle income individuals within this country.
Well, I mean, I beg to differ because me and my wife, with two young kids, we are doing great under his policies. We get more per kid. Well, actually, I think Biden actually increased the child tax credit, if I'm
Yeah,
not
in
mistaken.
2021 through the American Rescue Plan, and Harris wanted to increase it to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, 3,600 through being 5 years old, 3,000 through them being
But
18.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
you would have gotten more money if
Hold on.
Harris were in office compared to Trump, even including the Trump accounts.
Yeah, no. I'm saying I'm pretty sure. I haven't really looked at that part of it. I'm pretty sure Trump like doubled down on that and even increased it more for the child tax credits. If I'm not mistaken, I think he
No,
increased it
no, he
by a
didn't.
few.
It's at 2,500 right now. She wanted $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, 3,600 through them being 5 years old, 3,000 through them being 18.
Yeah. She did want six. That is correct, and that was actually one of her policies that I agreed on. But I think as a whole, I'm for. And I think just the right now, that's the biggest issue that this like new like leftist progressive party is having a trouble getting people behind them on is the taxes. We don't want to be taxed more because every time that we pay taxes, we are paying. You're spending it on stuff that we don't want, or our money is being basically it's being caught in all this fraud and stuff. We see that in multiple states, in Minnesota and LA right now as well too.
I think you're being
So,
propagandized because there's actually a higher per capita fraud rate in Florida comparative to Minnesota and California.
oh, yeah, it can be. It doesn't matter what state it is. I don't care if it's in my home state. I don't want to give the
Okay.
government more of my money. I want to hold more of my money because the government has
Can I tell you
tried to
something?
sell us this lie for years. Hey, we know how to spend your money. No, I think the American people know how to spend their money better than the government does. They proved this to us, Parker, over years. You have to. There's no way that you think that they spend your money better than you do.
They do comparative to just what I can individually because it creates a greater level of bargaining power depending on the industry we're referencing. For example,
I'm talking about just day to day life, Parker. I'm not
can I
talking about
explain?
industries and stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. For example, healthcare. Can you name one healthcare system around the world that is totally free market that has better conditions for the healthcare?
One healthcare. No.
All the cheaper systems around the world that have better health outcomes have universalized systems or socialized systems to a greater extent.
Well, I actually like
So
that
it
you talked
depends on
about
the industry
healthcare.
that
I
you're
like-
referencing. Within some
So-
industries, leaving it up to the market, that makes the most sense. That's what's most efficient. But for
Wait,
other
wait,
industries,
so you-
depending on the conditions within that industry, the environment within that industry, it could be better for the government to be the one controlling that because then they can have more bargaining power than we would have on an individual basis, which then allows for lower prices.
Oh, wait a second, Parker. I don't think that you're saying just because. Are you arguing that it's more affordable and more, I guess, accessible in other countries? Let's take Canada, for example. You're saying that their healthcare would be better than the U.S.?
There's better average health outcomes. They spend nearly half as much per individual as we do here in this country. Now, they do have longer wait times for elective procedures, but that's a better problem
Right.
to deal with than what we currently are dealing with right now in this country, where 130 million Americans are struggling with medical debt, where 45 to 68,000 American lives are lost every single year due to lack of health insurance, where there is the main cause of personal bankruptcy in this country is the fact that people can't pay their medical bills, and that's literally zero in Canada.
But okay, so wait a second. I don't know about you, but I know that America. Well, where would you rather receive healthcare, Parker? This is a total hypothetical. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Canada.
Canada or America?
Canada.
Over America. Okay,
Yes.
so I find that funny that any world leader, any high-ranking individual in Canada would travel to America to see doctor or receive medical help.
Yeah, but for
Anybody,
the average
if
person, it'll be
anybody in the
significantly better in
world-
Canada. I would rather
Anybody in the
not have to
world-
spend tens of thousands of dollars right on basic that you have to spend on here in this
I know,
country, but they don't do in their
Parker,
country.
Listen. Every single individual in the world, no matter what country they're from, if say the president of North Korea, if this person is in dire straits, they're going to come to America to seek medical attention because we have the best medical field in
is
the
not
world.
true.
Period. Yes.
No, we don't.
Parker, this is 100% true. Come on.
The only thing that
Stop.
we have better health outcomes in is like specific aspects of cancer, not like overall health outcomes. We don't have anywhere near the best overall average
Bubba.
health outcomes that are better.
So I mean, cancer is a large thing, but I'm just saying. I just know
It's only
if
specific
any-
types of cancer. It's not even cancer as a whole.
If anybody's going to receive medical help, they're going to want to come to America. It's just like if you're in a rural state.
I don't know why
say
you keep
live in-
reporting that. Can you tell me one particular metric that the U.S. is better off in terms of their healthcare compared to all other countries around the world?
It's just a higher standard of schooling, higher standard
just
of
not true.
education, higher standard. Yes, dude, you are insane. If you don't think that
Can
we
you give
have
me
the
a
best
single source for
universities
that?
and the best education in the medical field, I think that you are sadly mistaken, and you need to.
Okay, what's your source for
talk
that?
to some doctors. I don't have a source.
My dad's a doctor. My mom
okay.
worked in the medical field. She was a nurse.
Is your dad around? Go get your dad. Go tell your dad.
I'm
to come
not
here
getting
right
my dad, bro. What are you talking about, dude?
All
I'm
right,
telling you,
all
I
right.
have talked to doctors. Okay, I'm very familiar with the
Ask
medical.
your dad when you get
Can-
off.
Can you listen for a second? I've talked to the medical community.
Bubba.
I've talked to a lot of people in the medical community. I'm very familiar with the medical community. Now, explain to me what standards are better in this country than all other countries around the world. You tell me.
Schooling.
Not true. What aspects of
Education is
schooling?
higher
do,
in
do you
America
think, do you
than
think our education outcomes are the best?
Yeah,
Because
our,
they're not.
Our education standard for the top 1% is definitely
give me a
higher
source.
ceiling in America than there is in any other country.
Give me a source.
What do you mean? We are the best country in the world for a reason, Parker. It's not.
I'm not
just like
hearing a
mistake that
source.
we
I'm
ended up
just
this-
hearing a trust me, bro.
No, do you want me to go? I mean, I
Yes.
just put up a source a second ago. If you want me to go
Go
look,
ahead.
I have a source for this, but
Go ahead,
I didn't know
take
we
your
were gonna
time.
Get to this topic, but I don't know. I would ask your dad tonight, be like, hey, Dad, do we have the best doctors in the world? and see what he just ask him that straight up,
That's
just
a
like that, and
different
see what he
question
says.
even, and even so, that's not even. It depends on what industry you're referencing, what particular field, because there are better doctors all around the world depending on the field you're referencing.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying it's just like if you live in a rural state
You
compared to
said
a big state.
education standards were better. That's not true.
It's just like if you live in a rural state. Say you live in the middle of nowhere in North Carolina, for example, and then you want to receive the best medical attention that you possibly can. You're going to travel to a big city that has more doctors and more knowledge. You're not going to go to your hometown small hospital right up the street. You're going to go to Dallas, Texas. You're going to go to Atlanta. You're going to go
Yeah,
to
the
the
democratic
East
areas,
Coast.
by the way.
Yeah, the large cities that have great doctors in them. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? It's just
yeah,
like that
in blue
in a bigger
cities, by the
scale.
way.
It's just like that in a bigger scale for the world. If anybody needs real serious medical attention, they're going to travel to America to receive that if they can afford it, because America has the best doctors. We're the best in almost every single metric.
And I'm waiting to hear what metric.
Every metric: heart, brain,
Give me a source.
vascular. So, I mean, I can try to find something real quick, but it's probably going to
Go
take
ahead.
a minute. But I mean, do you have to have like a piece of paper? Do you want me to print out like or make like a website tonight and have a source?
No,
and
go
send it
just
to you?
go find the title and tell me the title.
Okay. Well, I'll just, if I have to go find a source for that, I'll just concede that claim. But also,
Like I just
and
want to know. Like no, go find. I'll give you time to go find it right now.
no, it's fine. I'll just concede that nothing I said true. Everywhere else has better medical fields than us. I'll just concede that.
I think you
Everybody
don't
else
actually
knows.
believe that. You're just saying that so you don't have to provide a source.
No, I definitely believe that. I do 100% believe that.
So dishonest.
But anyway, so back to the tax cuts and the other things that we were talking about earlier. I believe that the government has proved that they're not going to spend money on the things that we want them to spend it on. So therefore, we should keep more of our money in our pockets. That's like I feel like the biggest disconnect between the far left progressivists and the right now is all they want to do is tax us more and more and more and more and more. And just say, hey, trust us, we're going to do right by y'all's money. And they prove over and over and over that they're not. And this is why our country started. It goes all the way back to why America was built. 250 years ago, we were or longer than that, but we were taxed and we had no taxation without representation. And
Yeah.
that is the reason.
The issue wasn't
all this started.
taxation. The issue was taxation without representation.
And that can also, that doesn't have to just mean voting. That can also mean, hey, we're going to give you money, but you're not going to do what you say you're going to do with it. That's why this country was born, and this is what we're getting back to.
Yeah, but you're not providing any specific industries that you would want to cut. Like what? How about this? Do you want to cut Social
I
Security?
want to cut social programs. I want to cut
Do you want to cut Social Security?
Not really, not Social Security. I think that we need
That's a social program. What about Medicare?
I think that there definitely needs to be changes. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, what do you want to cut within Medicare?
I think that I love. Actually, I haven't heard just a great healthcare solution. I kind of like what Trump hinted at to, hey, we're just going to give you a credit, and then you go out and you get whatever coverage you want. I like that. I mean, I don't think that's a perfect plan, but I think it's a good idea. It's a good starting point.
Wouldn't that
I
be
don't really care about
inflationary?
healthcare. I'm covered under healthcare. My kids are
Sir,
covered
wouldn't
under
that be
healthcare.
inflationary?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't that be inflationary?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a little inflationary, but it's gonna solve a bigger issue. I mean,
What issue will it
it's like-
solve if it's
a give and
inflationary?
take. It's a give and take. If what we have to do is, hey, inflation rate is going to raise a little bit to shut like the left up from crying about healthcare, then that's
From
what we
crying
have
about
to do.
healthcare? No, it's that there's 130 million Americans struggling with medical debt. It's that 45 to 68,000
Yeah, so
American
go
lives
get
are
a
lost
job.
every single year due to lack of health insurance. Many people do
Yeah.
have jobs. Most of these people do have jobs.
Well, I would probably say, hey, maybe seek more education and get a better job that's going to either supply you healthcare, or you have to either make
So
more
your
money.
response
to pay for your
can't just
healthcare.
be get a better job. Do you realize how fucked that
yeah.
is? When you're talking about people who can't afford their access to cancer medication, you're just tell them get a better job while they have cancer.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like that person.
I'm
specifically.
giving you
It
a
could be different
specific
person
circumstance. What
that
should they
is-
do?
Is supporting them.
What should they do?
What does should who do?
Yeah, what should they do? They have a great job. They can't afford their cancer medication even with a great job. What should they do?
What do you mean they can't afford it?
I'm
Anywhere
telling
that you go
they
seek
can't
medical
afford it.
attention, they're gonna give you medical attention, Parker. Just
Yeah,
because
but you have
get a
huge medical debt
$20,000
then.
bill doesn't mean you have to pay it right then.
Hey, sir, you have huge medical debt then, and then it can impact your wages in the future. They can garnish wages.
Yeah.
They can go after your
Parker,
money.
and you can call them and
and
be like, "Hey,
assets.
I can't afford $20,000 right now, but I can pay." You can say, "I can pay $10 a month," and they're gonna say, "Okay." They're not gonna say
That's
anything
not how it
besides
works.
that. Yes, it is, Parker.
It's
You
not.
obviously have never had medical debt. I have 2 children. I went to the doctor.
Yeah, you don't think that
hundreds of
impacts you
times more than
any? You understand that it impacts
No,
your
it doesn't
credit,
at
right?
all whatsoever.
It,
No, it does not.
It does impact your credit. The only ones who
Parker,
got rid of
no,
it
it does
impacting your
not.
credit
I
was the
do
Democrats.
this. Parker, look,
I'm sorry.
I have 2 kids.
I don't need to
right
see your
here.
babies. Why are you turning your camera on to show me your babies?
It does not affect it at all because you're lying. It does not affect your credit, Parker.
It does. The only thing that
How?
is
It has
the only
not
thing,
affected my credit
Listen,
whatsoever.
sir. Listen, sir. The only thing that prevents your debt, a medical debt, from being impacting your credit is literally Democratic policy. Okay? Which Trump got rid of, by the way. Trump got rid of that policy, which then allows for it to impact your credit again. Okay? So because of Trump, the Democrats, they wanted to get rid of that.
You wanted to get rid of what?
The fact that
It
medical
affecting
debt will impact your credit.
Yeah, I'm saying
They got rid of it under Biden's
Biden's
administration, and then Trump brought it back.
Right. I'm saying I can't speak about everybody's circumstances. My kids don't have me, my wife. Nobody has any terminal illnesses or nothing like that. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things, they have checkups, they have this, they have that. But we also have healthcare, and they'll be like, "Hey, you might have to have a $200 copay, and that'd be it. I might have a $100 bill. That's it." It's not. This isn't like a life-changing thing. If you have a serious medical illnesses or something, go get insurance. It's not like a
Not everyone can afford it.
Exactly. But I'm saying that is not a right, Parker.
It
It's
is.
a privilege to have medical insurance. I
No,
went
it's a right.
years
It's a
without
right.
medical-
The
No,
reason
it
why
is
it's a
not.
right is because everyone
No.
needs it, and it's relating to your bare necessities. Okay, everyone
Parker,
deserves health care and health insurance, and the fact that you'd be okay with people dying because they don't have access to that is honestly sick. It should
Parker,
not be a
no,
privilege when 45 to 68,000 American lives are lost every single year due to lack of health
Yeah.
insurance.
And it's sad, but that is reality. I live in reality. That is just how it is.
Yeah, and you have, again,
this
I live in
fantasy
reality
world that
too, and
y'all
all the
live
countries
in-
around the world have universal healthcare systems. They have nearly half as
And
much
that
per
are
individual.
horrible.
They have nearly half as much per individual healthcare expenditure, and they have better average health outcomes.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I can take my kids up to I can call right now or in the morning when they open and say, "Hey, I'm gonna have a doctor's appointment," and I'll be in there later that day. You call Canada and say, "Hey, I have a checkup for my 2.5-year-old." They're gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, call us back in May of next year. We can probably get you in." I'm
That's just
good
not
on
true.
that, Parker.
That's
is
not true.
true.
I
Look
don't.
at
I
the
think it's
average wait
dishonest for you to.
times.
Hey, Jerry, it's so dishonest for you to argue that you're not going to get a response back until May next year, which is 10 months later than now for a baby checkup. Okay, there are obviously specific screening and checkups that, by the way, you get greater access to in those countries because of the fact that they actually provide it for basic individuals. Because I just want to be very clear, under the current system right now, there are countless individuals that, due to the fact that they can't afford insurance, they don't do these screenings. So the wait times for them are infinite because they can't afford it. Okay, in Canada, people have broader access to those things. They can get greater access to screenings. Although there is longer wait times for certain elective procedures, that doesn't take away from the fact that they have greater access to these in the very first place because it's not predicated off of whether or not you could afford it in the first place. You have to unmute yourself, Jerry.
Oh, sorry. Parker, look at this.
What is it?
That's just a simple Google search. 28 weeks? General, and this is Canada. Canada.
That's an AI
healthcare
overview.
wait
What's the
times.
source that the AI overview provides?
It went, let's see. It's going to PubMed Central,
Click on it.
Fraser Institute.
Click on
Yahoo-
PubMed.
Okay. Dude, 28.6 weeks? National Library of Medicine.
Okay, scroll down. And does it compare to the U.S.?
Oh, no. This is specifically, I think, for Canada. I can search Canada. I mean, I can search U.S. Hold up.
Go ahead.
That's 28. I'm thinking U.S. I don't know what theirs is. I think 3 weeks maybe. U.S. So I mean, it's a drastic,
What is the US?
drastic increase. I'm looking right now. Healthcare. Doesn't. Are you at your desktop? You can probably search it faster than I can on this iPad. What'd you get?
Yeah, if you look at wait times, Canada does have longer wait times than the U.S. Again, no one disputed that. But for example,
About
Germany.
what, like what, 10x, 20x?
Did you know that
30x?
Germany? Did you know that Germany has lower wait times than the U.S. for ER?
Oh, they may. I wasn't arguing that point. I don't know anything about their healthcare system. I just know,
Germany has a universalized system.
then I probably wouldn't want to be any part of it. But
Wait, so,
so
if I point to a particular place that has lower wait times, then why wouldn't you acknowledge that?
because I still want to go to and get the best care, I would rather go to an American USA doctor over a German. That's just me personally.
But
I
you
don't,
didn't even provide
guess
any
to each its
basis
own.
to say that it's less.
You said what?
You had no basis to say that it was less.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that one was less or more. I'm just saying I would, even though one might be a little less, say Germany's is less, I would still rather see the better doctor in America.
So do you see how your argument isn't based on wait times now, and now it's based on quality of care? So what health
Yeah,
outcomes
so-
is the U.S. better at comparative to Germany?
Right, Parker. And it's not, I'm not saying that it's, so say in Canada it was 5 hours.
I don't want to have to repeat this. I'm going to
see
repeat it
something.
again, though.
And
Can you
I
tell me
know,
what
I'm answering your
aspects,
question. Yes.
of health outcomes are worse off in Germany comparative to the U.S.?
Yeah, I know. And let me answer your question. You're trying to do a red herring, and I want to correct you because you're saying, oh, you see how it's not wait times? Say the wait time in America was 5 hours, and then in Canada it was 4. I would still rather go to wait 1 extra hour to see an American doctor. But now if one is 4 hours and one is 20 weeks, well, then the level of education doesn't matter as much. I would want to go to the one that I can see quicker. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so then can you give me any basis to say that the U.S. has better average health outcomes?
I would have to look it up and look at articles. I can't just do a whole study right here on this live because I'm not really well versed on that topic, but I definitely can. And
Go
then
ahead.
next time I come up here, I'll definitely come back up here and talk to you about that. But I want to get to the taxes, bro.
I mean, you made
Not
all of
the
these
healthcare.
claims, but then you're unwilling to look it up on the stream. I'll give you time to go look it up. You have an iPad.
Yeah, I know. I have a desktop as well. But I'm saying I
So
want
then
to
look
talk
it
about
up.
the taxes. Why do you people want to tax us at higher rates?
Only because we want to provide greater access to care, which inevitably reduces costs.
What care? Just
Healthcare,
healthcare?
for example.
What else?
It also could be for childcare, for education, right? Or for safety in terms of police or military, right? It depends on the industry we're talking about. And there are lots of industries where the government is going to do better than just leaving it up to private citizens. For example, do you think police should be private or do you think it should be public?
Public.
Okay, so you think that the government will use your money better than you?
I'm not talking
You
about
think that the
simple
government would
public-
use your money better than you would?
Yeah, Parker, I'm not talking
You
about
just
shutting
argued you
every
just argued
public
that
thing
because you
down.
argued that it should be publicly run.
We can still cut taxes and it's still fund the things that need to be funded.
Okay,
I
but
don't
you
want
still
to fund all
but
the
you still want
extra
any
stuff that
taxes
we
in
don't
general.
need.
You still want
No,
some taxes in
I
general,
didn't
which
say
means
that.
you think the government is better at spending your money than you are when it comes to police.
No, I think that we should.
Yes, that is
all
the
throw in
consent.
money.
You have to concede to this. You think that
No,
they're
yeah,
better
yeah,
at
no, I
using your
agree
money
with
than
what you're
you
saying,
are
yes.
when it comes to
Yes.
police, when it comes to military.
Yes, Parker, I agree
Oh,
with
okay.
what you're saying.
So then
on-
what's the
on
problem
that.
when I say that specifically for healthcare or for childcare, for education?
Because it's not something that I think should be publicly ran.
There you
It's
go.
not a
But then
federal
what's the reason?
issue. Because I don't think it needs to be federally ran.
Yeah, you just keep saying that, but what's the reason? Because you would
Because
argue
I
that
think that
you would
people
argue
can
that
pick
we
their
should do
healthcare
public
better than the
police
government.
because public police compared to private police would have better average health outcomes for the average person. Oh, interesting. We have better
when you
average
get- when
health
you start
outcomes
getting
with a
into
universal
private
healthcare system
protection
than we have
institutions-
currently.
I know, but Parker, once you start getting into private, say, let's play your hypothetical and say that police forces were private. So then you start having like big donors and people that are donating to these police forces. So then they're going to turn the other way and not enforce the laws that they should. No, that would be an absolute disaster.
Oh,
That
okay,
should be
so
publicly
again, the
ran.
government spends the
But
money
just
better
like
than
what's
you do.
happening in healthcare, just
And the
like
same
what's
thing with
happening in
healthcare. Yeah, people won't be able to get access to healthcare they need. And
No,
they'll die.
no, it's all the fraud that happens in healthcare with the pharmaceutical companies and the people. Hey,
Yeah,
we're
and
gonna.
do you think that's less likely to happen if we have a universalized system or more likely to happen?
No, I think no. I think that how it is now.
I asked you
that-
less
that's
or
how it should
more.
be.
Can you
I
respond?
think the government needs to be less involved in healthcare.
Okay.
100%.
Can you name one
Anything
system?
the government gets involved in?
Sir,
it
can you
tarnishes
name one system all around the world that has better average health outcomes and has a more free market system for healthcare?
What do you mean by that question?
Name one
What do you
other
mean?
system in
You've
the
asked me that
world
again.
that has a freer market in healthcare and has better average health outcomes.
Parker, I don't have that statistics in front of me.
Because
I
there
don't
is
know
no
what-
answer. Because every single country around the world that's the best health outcomes is a universalized or socialized system. You won't be able to find a single system all around the world that doesn't have any level of socialization that's going to produce best outcomes for the average person. Because government intervention in healthcare is the best way to create more efficient outcomes for the average person.
All right, so Parker, so all right, so I'm gonna play your game. Let's say that everywhere else is better, and now I'm gonna ask you personally. This can be completely anecdotal if you want it to be. What are the top 3 metrics when you judge healthcare? What are the most important? Let's just say your top 3. When you want to receive medical attention, what are the 3 aspects that you want are the most important to you? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine would definitely be the level of care you receive. So how educated the people are, I just guess how good the overall service is on what they did. 2 would probably be speed. How fast they can get to me would probably be the second most important thing in healthcare. Can we agree on that? And then price. I would probably say overall care, speed is second, and then price would be third. That is the level of importance. What would yours be?
Probably outcomes, price, and then speed.
Okay. So you would say speed is the least important thing to you. You don't
Yeah,
care when
because
they get around to you as long as they get out to you.
outcomes would be the most important.
Okay, so if you go into an ER, say you got in a wreck and you have
Do you want me to show
blunt
you
trauma to the
on
head.
screen now from Statista that the
Yeah, sure,
United
pull it up.
States ranks the worst out of 10 countries, right, relating to healthcare access in terms of outcomes?
Yeah, when we're talking about, I'm not talking about access.
No, sorry, not access. I meant to say outcomes.
Yeah. You can pull it up. That's fine. But I'm saying, let's say you got in a wreck and then let's see what we got. Healthcare outcomes ranking of the United States, 10 other high-income countries from 2021 to 2023. Okay. When is it? Health outcome. It's just in order 1 to 10. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Like, what statistics? Can you pull up like the statistics and the graphs that they use to come up with this?
This is
Does it
from
have that?
Statista.
Does it have that on there?
Just look at the rankings. Do you see
I
the
know,
ranking?
ranking off what though? Like this doesn't tell me anything.
Sir,
I can
it's-
make that list and put it on Google. Like that. What metrics? What statistics did they like break down to receive those numbers? Like what makes them number 1? What makes so and so number 2? What makes so and so number 3? Like off what graphs?
All right, read this.
Healthcare outcomes ranking of 11 select countries, healthcare systems. Okay. Wait,
I can read it if you need. The overall ranking was based on performance categories, including access to care, care process, administrative efficiency, equity, and health outcomes. For the category of health outcomes, which considers outcomes most likely to be responsive to healthcare, the U.S. is ranked last, while Australia took first place.
is this by rate or by sheer number?
I'm
Like,
confused
per
what that
capita?
means.
Like, is it per capita? Like, obviously,
any-
we're going
any
to
of-
have
any of those stats
worse
would
than
be-
all
would
these other
be-
countries because we're more populated. But like, is it per capita?
Of course.
It said of course, but where does it say that?
Dude, that's the way that you would make that comparison in the very first place, right? Is you have to take into account population. That's going to be used as a quality measure.
Okay, so you hate America's healthcare, obviously, and you want it to go free. What do you think about immigrants and people coming here and having more rights than American citizens and getting more
What if
social
one,
benefits?
that's a pivot. 2, that's just not true. And 3, can you please go back to what we were just talking about?
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
Yeah, address
Do you
the
just wanna
fact
keep
that
harping on this?
health outcomes are better for other countries, and that the U.S. ranks
Okay,
worse
yeah.
out of 10 other high-income countries in terms of healthcare.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll pivot, guys. If you need medical attention, go to Australia. Trust me, it's gonna be great over there. Yeah, I'll concede that. That's fine. I'll stay here in America and receive absolute great care at a fast rate and be a great price. But y'all can do what you want.
Germany
So,
ranks
yeah,
better in
okay,
health outcomes, and they rank better in cost, and they rank better in wait times. So based on all the 3 measures that you referenced as to what you care about, Germany ranks better than the United States, yet you won't say that they have a better healthcare system.
Yeah. No.
Quite
Germany's
frankly,
healthcare is
you're an
way
idiot.
better than America. Yeah. Germany's healthcare is definitely better.
Yeah, based upon your own argument, based upon the 3 things that you said were most important,
Mm-hmm.
they're better at, therefore they're better.
Yeah.
That's your own
and-
argument. That's your own argument.
And Parker, where would you rather receive healthcare from, Germany or America? Be honest with yourself.
Germany.
Stop it, Parker. Like, stop, dude. You can't be serious.
I don't know why your whole argument is just like laughing at me. and
No,
being
it's
like,
just
I can't
funny,
believe you're
like
serious with these statements.
no,
That's your whole
no,
argument.
it's just,
What
it's trying to
ridiculous.
lie to
What a
yourself
I'm not
or the people
lying.
online.
I'm not lying. Because
I'm
I don't
saying you
agree.
can
Hey,
trick
hey,
them. You
listen,
can't
listen,
trick
buddy.
us.
Hey, buddy, listen. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm lying. What the is wrong with you? You can't believe people can disagree with you?
No, you can.
So why are you saying I'm
can.
lying just because I disagree with you?
Ask your dad that's a doctor, where would he rather go, Germany or America?
You're not answering my question.
Ask him,
What?
Parker, because you know the answer. You
No,
know.
I don't. Right? Or I could,
Okay.
or actually, yes, I do. The answer would be that he would specifically point to other countries as being preferable. Right? Because
Over
if we,
America,
if we point
the
to all
doctor.
three of those things that you said were the most important things in the first place, all of them are better off, right, with Germany comparative to the United States. Okay, so stop sitting there on your high horse and laughing at me with no argument. You have no stats, you have no evidence, you have no actual argument here. All you're sitting there is laughing at me and be like, oh, you'd rather do it in a different country than the U.S.? I'm just going to keep doing it in the U.S. Provide me an actual argument. Don't just sit
Parker,
up here and do this bullshit.
Parker, if you want to receive medical care in Germany or Australia, do that.
I am telling you, the
I'm gonna
conditions
do
are
it
better.
in
You're not
here in
arguing
America.
against that.
In the
Argue
best
against my
country in the world.
position. Wait, name what are the three most important things in terms of healthcare access or healthcare
I just
needs?
told you. I just
Yeah,
told you.
every single
speed,
one of them that
outcome,
you
and price.
mentioned was better off with Germany comparative to the U.S. Based
No,
on your own argument,
let me-
you
hold
would
on.
prefer Germany.
Wait, let me ask my wife that's a nurse. Brittany, where would you rather receive health care from? Because Germany and 10 countries, out of like the top 10 wealthiest countries, America's 10th. But where would you rather receive health care from if you were in dire straits on your deathbed? Would you rather go to Germany or America?
Which Germany ranks better in price, wait
Yeah,
times,
Germany
and
ranks on this
quality of
article.
outcomes.
Which-
I care about price. I care about quality.
Yeah, quality is
And
better
maybe
for Germany.
education?
Quality of
Yeah,
outcomes is
quality
better for Germany.
in Germany. But the funny thing is, if a German leader got sick, he would come here to receive health care. But
I don't know
that's
why
funny.
he just keeps repeating this. Can you give me an actual intellectual response to anything I've said?
I just did, Parker.
You didn't.
If
I'm sorry.
anybody in
Genuinely,
these countries,
I'm gonna be honest with you. You are one of the
Yeah.
dumbest people I've talked to on this app. Why? Because you are not
I
willing to
guess,
engage
man.
in an argument. All you're just gonna do is laugh at me. You're not providing an argument. You're not
Parker,
providing
I'm not
evidence.
laughing at you
Based
anymore.
upon your own
I'm
argument,
giving you empathy now. You don't
listen,
understand.
listen. Based upon your own argument, Germany would be preferable. Give me any argument to say otherwise, other than just like, oh, I would rather go to U.S. Give me an actual argument.
because the health care that I've received and have ever seen in America is great.
Have you received health care in Germany?
Yeah, no, of course.
Then how
not.
would you be able to make that
I
comparison
would
yourself?
not want to do that because I can receive it here.
Okay, but how
Why
could
would
you?
I want to go to
Sir,
a subpar
Sir, listen.
industry and try to receive
He keeps saying
healthcare,
subpower.
Parker?
What is worse about the German
It's
healthcare
subpar.
system?
It's Germany. We are America. Wake up.
So his whole
Smell
argument
the
is it's
roses.
America,
We're in the greatest country
America,
in the world.
America, America,
Accept it. It's
America, America, America. It's America, okay? It's always better because it's America.
Yes, 100%.
Hey, dude, you're an idiot. Genuinely,
I
give me an
guess,
argument.
man.
Can you give me one metric that's better off in the U.S. comparative to Germany in terms of healthcare?
I would have to study it, Parker. I don't. study
America.
I don't-
That's all you've got, dude. That's all you've got is America. Trust me, bro, America.
So if it's funny that Germany is so much better in healthcare, then why is their GDP? Look up Germany's GDP.
If you want to look at,
Look up-
wait, what state in the U.S. has the highest GDP?
I don't know if I had to guess.
California. It's a blue
Texas or
state.
Cali.
Name
Yeah.
one Republican state that has a higher GDP than Germany. I'll wait.
One state. I'm not talking about states.
Yeah.
Parker.
Name one
Look up
Republican state that has a
Germany's
higher GDP than Germany. Because what you're doing
Parker,
is
look-
you're comparing Germany with a significantly lower population to the United States. Okay? I can
per
point to,
capita.
for example,
Do per capita.
California has a lower population than Germany and has a higher GDP. It's a blue state,
Parker,
by the way.
Look up per capita.
Yeah, I did.
And do you think Germany has a higher GDP than America?
If you look at Republican states, yeah.
Absolutely not.
Name one Republican state with a higher GDP per capita
Then what?
than Germany.
Most of the highest populated states are
Name one
democratically
state
ran
with a higher
cities.
GDP per capita than Germany.
That doesn't prove anything.
Yes, it does.
Most of the highest population cities are democratically ran because they have the most social health.
Name
for the
one
people that
state
don't
that
make
has a
money
higher
and
GDP.
that are broke.
Name one Republican state that has a higher GDP per capita
Parker,
than Germany.
Do you understand that the people that have no income and are
He
not
doesn't know. He
intelligent
doesn't
move to
know,
these
does he?
democratic cities because they want social health. They need these programs to survive.
Wait, you brought
we
up GDP.
don't.
So can you name one GDP per
Yeah,
capita?
and
One
you're-
state
and
with
you're
the higher
bringing up
GDP per
which
capita.
Republican state is higher than any Democratic or whatever you said.
Name the Republican state that's a higher GDP per capita.
Texas.
Texas? Okay, let's see what Texas's GDP per capita is. Let's see.
Texas is what? Probably 2.8, 2.7,
2.8. What?
something like that.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean 2.8?
Probably like their GDP rate is.
Oh, you're talking about increase of GDP per capita?
Yeah, it's probably 2.8.
No. You look at GDP per capita nominally, right? Is that what you're asking me to look at, or do you want me to look at price increase?
What did you find?
Yeah, actually, you were right. The GDP per capita is higher in Texas comparative to Germany. I'll give you that.
Okay. Great.
Now, next question I have for you. Next question I have for you.
Yeah.
What states in the U.S. have the highest GDP per capita?
I would probably say California, probably New York, Florida, Texas,
New York,
Nevada, possibly.
Massachusetts, Washington, California, Connecticut, New Jersey, Illinois, Colorado, Virginia. You want to know something crazy about all these states? They're all blue.
Nevada isn't on there at all?
They're all blue. No.
Oh, really? Okay.
Every single one of those states is blue.
What does that mean?
They're Democratic,
Meaning what?
meaning they're liberal leaning. They're not Republican.
No, are you just stating that for just to say it? Like what
Yeah,
was,
if you want to look at places with a higher GDP per capita, it's the more liberal areas.
So now look up this is going to be a really good stat for you to look up. Look up poverty rate in blue cities. Look up that and pull it on the screen. I want to see it. I want to show everybody. Show the 6.9 thousand people watching. Look at the poverty rate in these cities compared
You mean
to
cities or state?
Yeah, you can do state or cities in these blue.
Okay,
quote-unquote,
let me
states
read
and
off
cities.
the highest poverty rate states. Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, West Virginia, Kentucky, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, New York, and Tennessee. 80% of those are red.
The poverty rate.
Yes, 80% of those are red.
Oh yeah, because I guess.
And you want to know the top 10 with the lowest? Let's go over the top 10 with the lowest. New Hampshire, Maryland, Colorado, Minnesota, Utah, New Jersey, Vermont, Washington, Virginia, and Hawaii. 90% of the lowest poverty rate states are blue. 80% of the highest poverty rate states are red.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, because there's gonna be more people, obviously. So yeah, they're gonna have.
Wait,
more
we're
people
talking
to
about
choose
poverty
from.
rate, sir. Not level.
Yeah, I know.
Not we're not
And they're
talking
gonna have
nominal
top-
poverty. We're talking about poverty rate.
Right. There's gonna be more people, so there's gonna be bigger pools, and there's gonna be less of
Coke.
those people are gonna be in big markets making more money. So yeah, that does. make
Big
sense.
markets. The bigger markets are in blue areas.
Yeah, of course. Of course, most of the massive cities are going to be blue because they can pander to these people and trick them into thinking, "Hey, yeah, you vote for us, and we're going to do what you want to do." And they
Can
never.
you name one big Republican city
Dallas,
that's blue?
Dallas, Texas.
Yes, that's a blue.
It's okay. Well, it's a quote unquote blue city in a red
Yes,
state.
it is.
Okay.
So how about this? Name one red Republican city that has a higher GDP per capita than Germany.
Dude, I don't know, bro. I'm not sitting in front of my computer.
You said you had a computer near you. I'll let you look it up.
I do. It's a memory. No, it doesn't matter. You probably already know the information. You can just.
No, I actually don't.
Oh, I don't either.
Then
But I'm
go
saying
look it up.
doesn't. It's irrelevant though.
It's not.
irrelevant.
Go look it up.
Why?
Because blue cities mog red cities. You know it.
No, they don't. Parker.
Yeah, they do.
Parker, You've been sold this lie and you've bought it. That's the thing. That's the issue.
I have
And the
stats. I have
reason-
evidence, and you're wrong.
The reason that you people want all of these social programs, all of these immigrants, all of this stuff, hey, yeah, help these people, is because y'all don't engage with these people. Y'all don't know. You don't use any public services. You're in the top 1% of America, Parker. So yeah, you're like, yeah, get more immigrants because your kids are going to go to private school, Parker. You live in a gated community in the top 1%. So you don't care. You don't engage with these people. It doesn't matter to you. The people that are around these people all the time, and we see these people aren't like us. We don't want to be around that. Does that make sense? It doesn't.
I'm
affect
not going to
you, so
send
you
my
don't
kids to a
care.
private school.
Yes, you are. Parker.
No,
You
I'm
live in a
not. I
gated
don't even have
community.
kids.
Not
I'm
yet,
24
but
years
you
old,
will.
sir.
You will, and you're gonna have kids, and your kids are gonna go to private school.
No,
and they're
they
gonna,
won't.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yes, they are. They're not gonna drop.
I didn't go to
the bus
private school.
Yeah, because your dad's a doctor. You said
I didn't go to private school. I went to public school.
you went to public.
Yeah.
Okay, well, your dad probably was young when you were young. He was probably new into his career when you were young.
No, he wasn't. He was in his career for over like a decade and a half at least. He's been in his career my whole life.
He's gonna have he accumulated a lot of debt, so he wasn't just gonna be rich by that point. But now your dad and your mom live in a gated community in a great part of town where they don't have to deal with these.
My parents don't live in a gated community.
So your dad, the doctor, lives in an apartment complex, huh?
No, he lives in a house, but he doesn't live in a gated community.
So he lives in the house in the projects, huh?
I never claimed that either. You just said gated community. I said that's not. You want me to tell you my parents' address? Go yourself.
No, I don't want your address, brother.
Why are you asking me where my parents live?
Does he live in one of the best cities in your state? I don't even know what state you live in.
I live in California.
Okay, and
I really like it. I like the city.
Yeah, they probably live in a very nice, no crime, low crime.
You just got a flag for harassment and bullying. I have to restart my stream now. Do you have a second account, Jerry?
I do not.
All right, later, bud.
All right, buddy.
I gotta hit a restart here on TikTok, y'all. Give me a quick second. I have two people to thank before we do so. Keela, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $100. Thank you very much for dog walking that last guy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And of course, I always will stand up for that. Thank you so much, Keela. I really appreciate the $100 on PayPal. Thank you. Marianne, thank you so much for the $12. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Exactly. Right? I don't know why that guy argues that. It's so ridiculous. Aaron, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. Yes, people go to Australia all the time for healthcare. There are even people who go to Mexico for healthcare. There are people who go to Canada for healthcare. He just doesn't know that. Amy, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Give me some W's for them. And Amy, thank you so much for the $1 as well. Gay Uncles, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it on YouTube Super Chat. I know, right? Brittany, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you. Eeyore, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. They do get screwed by the red state policies as well. Brittany, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much, Brittany. As well as Lord Tomiyoshi, thank you for the $5. Thank you. He was such a projector. And 10,000 seconds, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty. And 10,000 seconds also, thank you for the $50 for 25% of doctors in the U.S. are international medical graduates, which means their education is from outside of the U.S. 23% of those are from India. So it looks like that's something you'd have to consider as well. Alrighty. Let's hit a quick restart. And then we're going to continue on the debates for today. The 6,000 people who are on the TikTok stream, the way to come back onto the stream is clicking the profile picture in the top left. Click it again. Refresh. I'll be back in literally 10 seconds. So that's all you have to do to come right back. I'm really sad we have to lose the stream because we have over 6,000 people and we'd lose all the likes. But I'll be right back, everyone, here on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, you get to stay. Don't worry. YouTube doesn't need to be restarted at all. Doesn't need to be restarted at all. Okay, let me do this real quick. Alright, we have an hour and around 13 minutes left on the stream, everyone, just letting y'all know. Paige, by the way, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That would have been a good conversation. But thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Amazing care, right? It's insane. Amanda, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I've been running through them today. As well as Amanda, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the source. Thank you. As well as Melanie, thank you so much. Or Melanie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. From a medical biller / coder. Thanks for speaking on medical debt and how it can affect people's lives so horribly. He is acting like we don't have wait times in the U.S. That can be months for certain specialists. People die due to lack of funds needed because of insurance denials as well. That's very true. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Taylor, thank you for the $2. Jay, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I have heard about that. And that's exactly, I've heard that from countless people. That's why this country's healthcare policies are horrible. The fact that there's so many people dealing with medical debt is such a travesty in this country. And to laugh it off like that, I think is so insane. Paige, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. Lisa with the 5. Amanda, thank you for the 5 as well. Catherine, thank you for the 5. No, thank you for the $5 as well. Matthew, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. You know what? I am in the top 1%, actually. I'm the newest trillionaire, actually. Remember, I made $1 trillion last year, everybody. Pay no taxes, made $1 trillion. That's how it works, actually. Alrighty. And Monavon, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you very much. Or 64 cents. Thank you.